and welcome to the module, What is the UK? Now, it is a relatively small and short module compared to the others, but nonetheless, it is still important because I see lots and lots of questions about this module lurking in the tests. So, what are we going to learn? We're going to learn that the UK is called the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, and we'll learn what countries make up Great Britain to add it to Northern Ireland to make it become the United Kingdom. And it'll be really simple by the end of the lesson. Then we'll learn about two crown dependencies, the Isle of Man and the Channel Islands, and we'll learn about the relationship they have with the UK. I'll give you a hint, they're not part of the UK, but they're closely linked. And that's a text we'll see in the test quite a bit. Other things that are closely linked with the UK, but not part of it, are British overseas territories. And there's again two we need to learn about, the Falkland Islands and St. Helena. And I'll explain what sort of questions come up in the test time and time again about those. And then finally, to wrap it all up, we'll learn about where the UK is governed from, and we'll introduce you to where parliaments are based around the UK as well. So in Edinburgh, Cardiff and Belfast. And we'll really dig into it so you remember for all the questions that might crop up on the test. And then at the end of the module, as always, there's a quiz and a test to test your knowledge. Okay, let's dig into the lesson and I will see you there. Thanks.
So, this is the island of Great Britain. It is made up of 3 countries, and they are England, Scotland and Wales. England is the yellow country towards the bottom of the island. Wales is the pink country at the left-hand side, and Scotland is the bluish country up at the top. Now, it is really important to remember that Great Britain is made up of England, Scotland and Wales. When you see questions in the test, they will have questions such as, which countries make up the island of Great Britain? So you need to commit to memory that England, Scotland and Wales make up the island Great Britain. No other countries. Do not get confused by other countries that we'll discuss later in the modules. These are the only countries, England, Scotland and Wales. Now when we talk about the United Kingdom, we are adding to Great Britain the island of Northern Ireland, which is this green country now appearing on the left-hand side of the island. So when we add Northern Ireland to Great Britain, it becomes the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. Now you would have heard it referred to as the UK, Britain, British Isles, British, all sorts to describe the country. Team GB in the Olympics, for example. Don't get confused. Again, in the test, you're likely to get a question, what is the official name of the UK? Now, that is the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. And remember, which countries make up Great Britain? It's England, Scotland and Wales. That's really important. And just a small point, you'll see Northern Ireland is attached to a bigger island. The rest of that bigger island is called Ireland, and that is an independent country, and we'll learn more about that in the following modules. Okay, that's it for the island of Great Britain. And here we have what we call crown dependencies. Now, crown dependencies are not part of the UK, but they are closely linked to it. And the crown dependencies that we need to focus on for the test is the Isle of Man and the Channel Islands. So all we need to remember for the test is the Isle of Man and the Channel Islands are crown dependencies. They are closely linked with the UK, but not part of it. That is all we need to know and remember for the test. Similar to crown dependencies, we have British overseas territories. Now again, the only ones we need to know for the test are St. Helena and the Falkland Islands, and they're circled on the globe there. All we need to remember is Falkland Islands and St. Helena are British overseas territories. They are not part of the UK, but they are closely linked. So for both Crown dependencies and for British Overseas Territories, the questions are likely to ask whether they are part of the UK. Remember, they are not part of the UK, they are just closely linked. That's for both Crown dependencies and British Overseas Territories. So, for British Overseas Territories, we just remember St. Helena, the Falkland Islands, and that they are closely linked but not part of the UK. And finally, we need to know where the UK is governed from. Now, the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, remember its official name, is governed from Parliament in Westminster. Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland do have their own parliaments or assemblies, which have devolved powers in defined areas of law, but we will learn about those in later modules. What I want to introduce you today is that the UK as a whole, so Great Britain and Northern Ireland, is governed from Parliament in Westminster, which is in London. Yes, we can see the other parliaments across the UK, but let's just focus today on the UK is governed from Parliament in Westminster. And that brings us to the end of what is the UK module. And I'll catch you in the Do You Understand section. So we'll cover and summarise everything we've learned in this module so far. Thank you.
Well, I hope you enjoyed that module. Module 2, what is the UK? Now we're just going to cover what you learned so you're ready for the Life in the UK test. And then, once we've covered this, you are going to go and do that quiz and you're going to do Module 2 test to ensure that you practice all the questions that might come up in the Life in the UK test once you eventually do it. So, first of all, we learnt the official name of the UK, the British Isles, Britain is, yes, that's right, the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. And when we talk about Great Britain, we're only talking about 3 countries. Can you remember what 3 countries those are? Yes, England, Wales and Scotland. And it's only when we add Northern Ireland we can call it the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. And let's just remember that Northern Ireland is the north part of the island of Ireland, and Ireland, the rest of Ireland, is its own country. And then we moved on to Crown dependencies. Crown dependencies are closely linked to the UK, but are not part of it. So if you see a question such as true or false, Crown dependencies are part of the UK, it's false. And which Crown dependencies are we talking about? Yes, we need to commit to memory that the Channel Islands and the Isle of Man are both Crown dependencies. Let's not get them confused with the British Overseas Territories. Now they are also closely linked but not part of the UK. And the British Overseas Territories we are looking at are the Falkland Islands and St. Helena. So we need to remember that the Channel Islands and the Isle of Man are Crown dependencies, and we need to remember that St. Helena and Falkland Islands are British Overseas Territories, and we need to remember that both of those sets of islands and countries are closely linked to the UK, but not part of it. And then moving on, we finally found out that the UK is governed from Westminster, the Houses of Parliament in London. And we also found out that there are devolved assemblies or parliaments in the 3 other countries of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. See, I'll keep repeating it until you know. Yes, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland all have their own parliaments with defined powers in different areas. And we're going to cover that in so much detail in modules 3 and 4. Okay, so that is it for module 2. I want you to go over and to do the test, and I want you to get every single question right before you move on to module 3, which is a long and illustrious history of the United Kingdom. Okay, until then, thank you for listening.